So, so Napster was not the first one who copied pirated music and sent it. I did that many years before that, but I didn't do the Hollywood music because I said, well, nobody, they can get the Hollywood music. I said, why don't I just get the Pyramid music? I really like them. I have not heard from them for a long time. A lot of the Malaysian students would love to hear some of this Pyramid music. So we put a lot of this Pyramid music online and get podcasts to the rest of the world, and we get a lot of nice feedback from people who are in New York. I've been in New York for the last 15-20 years, and this is the first time I heard about the Pyramid music for so long. So we just, as being a pioneer in this field, sometimes that we have the luxury to explore. We don't really have the time of competitors come in. There's no real competition. We just explore a lot of things, and if it doesn't work, we just put it aside and so on and so forth. So, and then as we continue move progress, I said, what else would the people need at that time? And most of the people who use the internet were actually Malaysian students. I said, hey, jobs, they need a jobs. They don't have jobs. So then we start to put up jobs on the newspaper. We copy the jobs on the newspaper again. So we put it out and say as a service. Well, we're not charging anyone on this. And then the first thing I did was that I said, okay, I just cannot keep copying all this. Maybe I should just talk to some of these real company and ask them whether they want to put out an ads with us or not. So the first company I talked to was Intel. So just ask who is the HR manager there, and I go and talk to the HR manager. And it was surprisingly at that time the multinational company back in 96 time frame, they will actually have all the email systems and so on and so forth. So they are quite digital at that time. So I told them about my ideas, and they were quite excited. They said at that time, 95, 96 time frame, hiring people back in Malaysia was quite difficult because there was a boom, the economy was booming. They said, oh, if I can hire some of these Malaysian students overseas before they return, that would be great. So they put up ads with us, and then we put it up. And about 2 or 3 weeks later, I go back to the HR managers in Intel and say, how did it go? Do you hire anyone? Do you contact anyone? And there were like 5 different ads that she placed up. He said, no. We received a few resumes, but then not so good, none. So I thought maybe that's the end of my exploration, and maybe there's really no business of this. I said, okay. So that means we have no more business with you, right? He said, no. And then he just gave me some more ads. He said, why don't you just try out more of this ad? So I was happily take all this ad and then post it out, and then after a while they just keep giving a lot of this ad to us, and they continue to pay us for the ads that we place out with them. So once Intel start to put out ad, it gave us confidence, and then I will start to go to Motorola and the rest of other company. And at the time when I first started, I moved from Perlis to Penang, and then from there I just work with the multinational company. So I told them what they do in Intel, and then the other was just kind of jump in, and after a while I have a lot of multinational company in Penang use us to put on ads. So for them it's like, well, newspaper is expensive, so this is cheap, so difficult to hire people in Malaysia right now anyway, so maybe we should try something over here so that we don't just take people from each other. At that time they're just taking people from each other, we just get some new people in. So it's a good start. Once you get started, it become very popular in that stage. I think another thing that I think make us very popular at that time, not knowing is was back in 96. I think there was an election going on, and I thought people like to know about the election in Malaysia. Why don't I just do it online? And at that time, this is 15 years ago, my first bandwidth for my server was 9.6 kilobyte. Okay, so that is a fraction of your handphone bandwidth right now. And I was like very proud with a 9.6 because my modem was 2.4 kilobyte. So this is like, wow, it's really fast. And then I hook it up over there, and then from time to night it blink. So I said, okay, we'll announce to the world. At that time there were forums, and said that we will announce the election result tonight. And what we did is actually, because we were located at Hotel Equatorial, and our office space that we got were just next door to their business center, and I asked 2 students to help me to do part-times. I say, okay, tonight you're going to do part-time with me, and we're just going to key all these results of the election onto our website. So one of you would go to the terminal on the business center to look at the news on the TV. You write down the result, and then you come here and you just type in the things, and then put it online. So that is as online as we can at that time. At that time there were some quite hot contested seat. One was the Lim Kit Siang challenging Koh Sukun, right? And things like that. So there was one, and everyone wants to hear that. And by midnight, that light never stopped blinking. The light just stayed on all the time. It was like bling, 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 and just stay on all the time. And I thought, oh my God, maybe this thing jam or whatever, right? And then when I try to when we try to key in the result into the computer, we just cannot key anymore. Right? It's just because the load and the number of people who wants to access, and at that time the server speed at that time was it's all taken out. So we have to literally unconnect the line, key in the result, and then put the line in. Again, you see, a lot of usage user who look for job through us were no longer computer science but UC students. And one way to measure that was quite easy, because on JobStreet we register the job seekers. Initially, when we first started, male to female ratio, something like 95% male, 5% female. Then after a while, that ratio continued male to drop, and the female start to go up. After a few years, when I start to see the ratio 55-45, I know we are in the mass market already. So we are being accepted by everyone. We are no longer just a computer science. It's being used by the general public, and so on and so forth. So I was very happy when I see the ratio very close to each other. So it's just then when after Penang, then I said, okay, maybe we should try out in KL. So we started our operation in KL and started operation in Johor, and all in Malaysia. Every of these company that we start was difficult, was a nightmare. Okay, what are some of the nightmares that I would face is that I was more of a technical person. I don't even know how to do account. I don't know what other things that I need to file so that I would comply to the law. I don't want to get hauled out because I didn't do it. So all those simple things become very difficult. How to enter things in the ledger, how to do the account. I don't want to do that. It's just a way to try to make things happen. And we all make mistakes, and we don't know how to run sales. We don't know how to pay commission. I will talk about how do you pay commission for your staff. I have to discuss with my staff. How do I pay your commission? And she said, I don't know. And things like that. So it was a lot of things that is quite interesting that is happening on that. Until one day in 1998 or 99 time frame, Malaysia go through a economic recession, whole Asia. And then there's one reporter from the Far East Economy Review, and he contacted us and said, I'd like to do an article about the employment situation in Malaysia, right? Because